Now that you're getting close to submitting your article, you need to decide what name to submit the article under. Submitting your article under a fictitious, or commonly referred to as a pen name, is very common in the article marketing industry. In fact, I'd imagine most of the articles I see have been submitted using a pen name. There's nothing wrong or unethical about using a pen name. It's actually a very good marketing strategy for article marketing. It allows the writer to have a different name for each niche they choose to market in, and branding that pen name as an expert in each market. You might think, well, isn't that a pain? Because if you market in 5 niches, you're going to have to sign up to 5 accounts in each article site you submit to. And if you want to market in another niche later on, you're going to have to sign up yet again. Not the case. Most article sites allow you to submit any article under any name, regardless of the account login details. So you just need one account at each article site, no matter how many names you use or niches you promote in. I've always used pen names when submitting articles. I currently submit in 3 niches and have 3 different names I use for each niche. Each name is branded as an expert in their specific field. So how do you select a pen name? Well, do not make up anything that sounds made up. You might have a funny nickname someone gave you that you're thinking about using. Probably not the best idea. Your name should sound professional and have a twist on your topic. For example, if you're writing an article on how to make cookies, the name Tammy Baker would probably do wonders. If you're writing an article on how to paint a picture, the name Art White would be a good choice. If there's not a good twist on a name that would work with your article niche, I would then recommend using a name that sounds similar to your topic. For example, if you're writing about construction, I'd recommend Conrad Evans. If you're writing about how to throw a party, how about using the pen name Patty Timberline? As you can see, this name has some similar characteristics to party time on an unconscious level. However, the name still reads well and sounds professional. After you decide which pen name is right for you, please do one other thing. Insert that name into Google and see if you get any search results for that name. The idea is to get no results. You're going to want to track your articles once they're submitted. If there are no other search results for that name, it's going to make tracking your articles much easier. More on this later. But for now, just know the right author name can add additional credibility to your article, and it has shown to increase click-throughs. So when you select a name, at least put a little thought into it. Remember, whatever pen name you select, this is a name you're going to use over and over again. So make sure it sounds good, professional, and is something you can live with. Once the rest of the article elements have been created, it's time to start thinking about the article resource box. This is really what it all comes down to. The resource box is the area that holds your link. This is the whole reason why you're doing article marketing to begin with. When the reader is done reading your article and wants to know more on the subject, they will click the link in your resource box and go straight to wherever you want to send them. I've experimented with several different types of resource boxes, and I must say, different niches tend to get different results. The resource box is intended for author history, that is, what makes you an expert on the subject. Remember, you can be anyone you want. Although honesty is appreciated, it's not a requirement, especially if you're using a pen name. I personally have found that when I'm posting articles related to the medical field, it does my click-throughs quite well if I'm listed as being a doctor. The fact is, I'm not a doctor, but no one else is going to know that. Some people may think representing yourself as a doctor when you're not is a bit unethical. I don't really have a problem with that as long as the person writing the article does not include any medical information that could be troublesome for the person reading. And this goes for any other type of profession as well. Opinions may vary, but in my opinion, you can claim to be anyone you want as long as there's no chance of giving damaging advice to anyone reading your article. For example, our acne article would work nicely with this style of resource box. It might read something like this. Dr. Peter Zelke has been a professional in the field of skincare for the last 17 years. He has helped tens of thousands over the years cure their acne problem. Dr. Zelke runs an affordable acne treatments website with loads of free information. For additional information and resources on curing acne and skincare products, please visit www.your-website.com. Okay, let's analyze this resource box and see why it's such a good piece of work. Notice I'm writing my resource box as if I am someone else writing for the Dr. Peter Zelke. If you're going to use this style of resource box, make sure you write it in the third person. Dr. Zelke shows to truly be an expert in his field. Not only is he a professional doctor with 17 years of work experience, he specializes in the field of skincare and has helped many people get over their problem of acne. If there's someone who can help you, it's likely Dr. Zelke. We also use our link twice in the resource. First, you want to use your main keyword phrase and link it with your website. That anchor text linking is going to score you points for that keyword with the search engines. But you're also going to want to insert your full link as well at some point in the resource box, just as we've done. Some sites that receive your article may not allow hyperlinks, so you're going to want to spell out your link as well. Also, some people are going to copy your article and use it for content on their own sites. If that's the case, and they don't get your hyperlinks with it, you're going to at least have your real link in text, so readers can copy and paste it into their browsers. On articles outside of anything that could be considered medical by nature, I found a better response by doing something totally different from the mini bio of the author. Although I do believe the resource box was intended for the mini bio, it's not a requirement, and I highly recommend, for the best results, don't use the mini bio outside of the medical field. Instead, I'd recommend writing your resource almost like it was a concluding summary of the article, only with linked text to your website. For example, if I were writing an article about dog training, I'd use a resource box that looked like this. Get professional dog training advice and stop your dog from misbehaving today. If you want real information on dog training and how to get your best friend to start minding his manners, click here and download our no-cost report instantly. Join now and be one of the happy thousands who've already implemented these simple but effective dog training strategies at www.your-website.com. Notice this resource box does not talk about the author at all. It just gives a concluding summary and a strong call to action for your reader. It links the keyword phrase as well as including the full website URL. This style of resource box always seems to work wonders. The author is not bragging about who he is or why he's an expert. People are naturally turned off by bragging. Even if you really are someone special in your niche, please resist the urge to brag in your resource box. I do believe when it comes to medical matters, people do want to know they're getting their information from a reputable source. But again, don't brag. Just make it clear you're someone who knows what they're talking about and people should listen to you. For anything else, use the concluding summary style resource box. Also, always remember to insert a strong call to action in your resource box, no matter what style of resource you're using. If you do a great job on every element of your article, but design a poor resource box, you'll fail to get the traffic you rightfully deserve.